Well, this is the biggest abortion case that the court has heard in decades, since the last time it was asked to reconsider the precedent set in Roe v. Wade, which said that a woman had a constitutional right to an abortion. In that case, 1992, Planned Parenthood v. Casey, the court said that states do have an interest in restricting abortion, and they have an interest in trying to preserve unborn life, but that a woman has a right to make a decision about abortion, that the states can't impose an undue burden on that woman's right before the time of viability, meaning when the fetus could survive outside the womb.
Mississippi and its attorney general argued that the court could uphold the Mississippi law without directly going against those precedents, Roe and Casey, but then they got a lot more aggressive.
They got a lot more aggressive, and I think we can only attribute that to a change in the makeup of the court. This case was filed at the Supreme Court while Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was still alive. She, of course, was probably the court's biggest defender of abortion rights and certainly would not be counted on to overturn Casey or Roe v. Wade. And so the court kept this case around for a very long time. And after Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed, actually months after that, the court finally said that it was going to accept the case. And so you're right, Mississippi pitched it as you don't have to disturb Roe v. Wade to uphold our law. But afterwards, when they filed their merits brief, said yes, you should get rid of Roe, you should get rid of Casey, you should return this issue to the states.
I mean, to get rid of Roe and Casey, that would be a massive step in American law. What is Mississippi's main argument?
Mississippi's argument is that Roe was wrongly decided 50 years ago, that Planned Parenthood v. Casey just reaffirmed that wrongness, and also that it is proven unworkable. You know, the court every year is called upon practically to look at more abortion restrictions to try to find out which one is unconstitutional, which one meets the tests that was provided in those cases. That Mississippi says that Planned Parenthood v. Casey said this should end, this is a compromise that should end the debate over this divisive issue, or at least we hope it will. And obviously that hasn't been true. And so Mississippi says it's an unworkable standard and the court should just get rid of it.
So what is the abortion provider's argument against the Mississippi law?
Well, they say that the court has provided a constitutional right to abortion that women and men have come to depend upon for 50 years now, and that the court has never taken back a constitutional right that it extended, and that there is no reason for the court to change anything that it's done. It defends this viability line, which is going to be a big issue in this case, saying that even with all the advances in medical technology and all the advances in science, the basic idea of viability, when a fetus could survive outside the womb or not, has not really changed in all that time, and that this is the only workable line that the court could come up with.